Just putting physical activity aside, is there anything else that you've been taking away from Penrhyn that's been working for you, either individually or as a couple, or North Wales Recovery Community? Is there anything else in it that you'd say is part of the stuff that makes it work?
So for me, this is the beauty of it. For me, is this is still growing in me because of new opportunities. It's being able to take part in stuff that I normally would show no interest in, and would definitely be uncomfortable in taking part in. So there's always these new ideas, new chances, opportunities to try stuff, some outdoors, indoors, different classes. That's the beauty of it. We don't know what tomorrow brings, kind of thing. So
it's a safe. So if I put two words together, it's a safe space to do the uncomfortable.
Yeah. Because even when we get a new member, either a new resident or a new community member, they might come in with a hobby we've never even thought of, and then we can then try and encourage them to, like, why don't you share this hobby with the rest of us, and see if anyone would like to would start a group, or start doing it as an activity. And that's the beauty of
and I do love that beauty. If someone had told me, I mean, I've been people know this, that I've been with Penrhyn North Wales Recovery Community for its whole journey, and if anyone had told me at the beginning, when James and I were stood outside there, that actually 9 years on, 8 years on, community members would be going for a gong bath, a gong sound bath, I'd have thought, yeah, no, we're a million miles away from that, but that happens. Yes. Yeah, people go for saunas together collectively. It's amazing. You're actually right. It's amazing what people are doing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's important, because I was definitely the type who, if I didn't like what I heard, I'd say, sod that, I'm off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that was like the old me, if you like. But now I love it when we push each other to do. Yeah, you might not like it. You might have tried it before, but now try it while you're sober.
So why don't I ask each of you in turn then the question, what's the one thing that you've done so far in recovery with North Wales Recovery Community that the old person could have never done? It was so far from the imagination.
Oh, the main one for me is definitely mountains.
Okay, so we'll come to mountains in a minute for you, because I know
that is the obvious one for people that know me.
You and the mountains is an interesting story, so we'll come back to that. What about you, Lianne?
What did I do yesterday?
I don't know. No, you did yoga or something.
And yoga nidra or something. I can't. There's some meditation, and it's just I can't stand meditation, but I actually really enjoyed it. I fell asleep, but I've always, I don't know.
Well, it's like this morning, before I've finished work this morning, and I got up and I did a bit of weight training with one of the residents there, and that is something that used to make me really nervous and uncomfortable. I've recently started jogging, running with James. Took upon himself to get us on the coast to 5K, so I participated in that, even though I didn't really want to. But I thought it's the start of a new year, and why not start with something? Why not challenge yourself?
Tell you what it is. It's actually been, for me, it's actually been involved in a community, because I am a very isolated person, and I love my own. I don't love my own company. That's what I've always done, just being on my own or with one other person. So being involved in a community is like, I would never have done it.
And we can get very comfortable in our own shit, moping about, and it's also important to have your downtime and reflect, but it's also very important to remember that, go back to that word we.
And so the being involved is important, even if it's not your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
So
got to, for me, I've got to keep going.
Hmm.